Hi, my name is Morgan Brabender, and I'm completing my program in School Library Media at Georgia Southern University. I will be listing the standards for the American Association of School Libraries and how I have met them throughout my practicum semester and throughout my program. Standard 1 is teaching for learning. Candidates are effective teachers who demonstrate knowledge of learners and learning and who model and promote collaborative planning, instruction in multiple literacies, and inquiry-based learning, enabling members of the learning community to become effective users and creators of ideas and information. Candidates design and implement instruction that engages students' interests and develops their ability to inquire, think critically, gain and share knowledge. This involves a knowledge of learners and learning, effective and knowledgeable teaching, being an instructional partner, and the integration of 21st century skills and learning standards. My first artifact for Standard 1 comes from my instructional design unit, which I completed in my instructional design class. The instructional design unit attached demonstrates my ability to accomplish all elements of Standards 1. I needed to use a knowledge of learners, have a capability to be an effective and knowledgeable teacher, and I partnered with instructors in order to construct this instructional design unit. My second artifact for Standard 1 is my online learning module from my digital learning environments class. The image is hyperlinked to my online learning module and specifically the curated list of resources that I included within this online learning module. The resources on this curated list instruct fellow educators on how to use Actively Learn and demonstrate my ability to integrate 21st century skills and learning standards, which meets Standard 1.4. Standard 2 is literacy and reading. Candidates promote reading for learning, personal growth, and enjoyment. Candidates are aware of major trends in children's and young adult literature and select reading materials in multiple formats to support reading for information, reading for pleasure, and reading for lifelong learning. Candidates use a variety of strategies to reinforce classroom reading instruction and to address the diverse needs and interests of all readers. This includes a knowledge and promotion of literature, reading promotion, a respect for diversity, and then literacy strategies. My first artifact for Standard 2 is my banned books assignment from School Library Literacy Environment. The banned books assignment, which includes my lesson plan as well as a presentation on my website, demonstrates my ability to meet all elements of Standard 2. I demonstrated my knowledge of literature, I promoted reading diverse texts, and I used literacy strategies in my plan and presentation. My second artifact comes from my practicum in School Library Media, in which I constructed and completed a reading collaborative unit with another teacher. The reading collaborative unit attached demonstrates my ability to meet Standard 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and 2.4 by using literature to promote reading with a respect for diversity and a collection of literacy strategies. Standard 3 is information and knowledge. Candidates model and promote ethical, equitable access and a use of physical, digital, and virtual collections of resources. Candidates demonstrate knowledge of a variety of information sources and services that support the needs of diverse learning community. Candidates demonstrate the use of a variety of research strategies to generate knowledge to improve practice. This involves efficient and ethical information-seeking behavior, access to information, a use and education of information technology, and research and knowledge creation. My artifact for Standard 3 is my Inquiry and Information Fluency mini-lessons from my Information Fluency and Inquiry Learning class. The Inquiry and Information Fluency mini-lessons, hyperlinked to the image below, demonstrate my ability to meet all elements of Standard 3. While creating these mini-lessons, I had to use efficient and ethical information-seeking behavior. I accessed information, used information technology, and researched while creating content. Standard 4 is advocacy and leadership. Candidates advocate for dynamic school library programs and positive learning environments that focus on student learning and achievement by collaborating and connecting with teachers, administrators, librarians, and the community. Candidates are committed to continuous learning and professional growth and lead professional development activities for other educators. Candidates provide leadership by articulating ways in which school libraries contribute to student achievement. This involves networking with the library community, professional development, leadership, and advocacy. My first artifact for Standard 4 is my interviews with 3 school media specialists from different levels. I completed this in my practicum in School Library Media. The narratives of my interviews with the elementary, middle, and high school media specialists demonstrate my ability to meet element 4.1 of Standard 4, as I am networking with other media specialists to develop myself as a media specialist. My second artifact for Standard 4 is a staff development I led through practicum in instructional technology and practicum in school library media. The staff development plan, hyperlinked image, and video of me educating and leading the professional development session, which leads to the online staff development course, demonstrate my ability to achieve element 4.2 and 4.3 of Standard 4. I show that I am an instructional leader as well as provide professional development for a group of teachers. I led other educators in professional development using Nearpod for formative assessment. My third artifact for Standard 4 is my online learning module from Digital Learning Environments. The hyperlinked image takes you to my online learning module that demonstrates my ability to meet Standard 4's elements of 4.3 and 4.4 since I advocate for differentiated instruction and I serve as a leader by teaching teachers about Actively Learn. Standard 5 is program management and administration. Candidates plan, develop, implement, and evaluate school library media programs, resources, and services in support of the mission of the library program within the school according to the ethics and principles of library science, education, management, and administration. This involves managing and evaluating collections, maintaining professional ethics, administration over personnel, funding, and facilities, as well as strategic planning and assessment. My first artifact for Standard 5 is my collection, evaluation, and weeding assignment from School Library Literacy Environment. The collection, evaluation, and weeding assignment, embedded via SMORE below, demonstrates my ability to meet element 5.1 of Standard 5 by showing my ability to evaluate a media center's collections and make decisions about what to keep and what to weed. My second artifact for Standard 5 comes from School Library Literacy Environment as well. I completed a personal intellectual freedom statement, and it demonstrates my ability to meet element 5.2 of Standard 5 by showing my professional ethics in regards to intellectual freedom. My strategic management plan from Leadership in the SLM program is my third artifact from Standard 5. The strategic management plan attached below demonstrates my ability to meet element 5.3 and 5.4 of Standard 5 by using strategic planning and assessment to assess the media center at Baggett Elementary School. Throughout the strategic management plan, my partner and I assess the personnel, funding, and facilities at Baggett Elementary. Clicking on the image will take you directly to the strategic management plan presented via Google Sites. My fourth artifact for Standard 5 is my program evaluation completed in my practicum in school library media. The program evaluation attached below demonstrates my ability to meet all elements of Standard 5 by considering all elements of a school library media program. I analyzed the collection and met Standard 5.1 and presented my findings and recommendations, which met Standards 5.2, 5.3, and 5.4. This is my rubric and my recommendations. My fifth and final artifact for Standard 5 is my grant application from Practicum in School Library Media. The grant application attached below demonstrates my ability to meet Standard 5.3 by advocating for funding for a future incentive to be implemented in the Media Center. I also met Standard 5.4 by stepping up as a leader for English language learners in my school. This has been my ePortfolio presentation for my capstone in my master's program in School Library Media at Georgia Southern. I'm Morgan Brabender, and I appreciate you viewing this.